Hello, is the voice okay? Well, good morning. Good morning, all of you. Thank you for coming to our Wolfram free webinar today on the topic of the Wolfram Knowledge-based Engine. My name is Desmond Lim. I will be the facilitator for this morning. And beside me, Peter will be the one that will be handling the chat room and some question from you all. Okay, first of all, just some intro about some background about this Wolfram knowledge-based search engine. It's one of the feature that built in Wolfram Mathematica. And Wolfram Mathematica, in fact, it has so many functions, 6,000 over functions. And Wolfram knowledge-based search engine is only a portion of the feature offered to the end user. It's one of the popular feature in this Wolfram Mathematica. And however, not all of the user know what this can be done for them. So today I would like to show you all what is the possibility you can make use of these good tools to help you on your projects or your assignment or even for classroom teaching. In fact, it's much more than what we can normally expect from a normal search engine. Okay. With this 50 minutes, it will be a lot of example going to show you so that you have a better idea what you can be done with this search engine. All right. So with some background, Wolfram knowledge-based search engine is a computational knowledge engine, or we say answer engine developed by Wolfram Research. We know that a normal search engine gives us pages of links, which also include many advertisement links. Who always rank on top of the keyword that we search. As a result, we always have to manually search again within the links by crawling the written links one by one or pages by pages. And for daily non-technical search, it's still okay, no problem. It is quite helpful. But sometimes it could be quite frustrating or time-consuming if we are looking for some reliable data or information for our work. So whereas Wolfram engine, it generates simplified answer by doing some internal computation automatically from a knowledge-based data that it gathers from all other official sites, books, published data, and papers. It not only return the graph visualizations, it also has the comparison table, picture, and most amazingly, it also includes the step-by-step solution for our technical questions. And Wolfram engine does not return a list of web pages or document that contain the keywords that we search, like normal search engine do. It makes all the knowledge or data systematically summarized, compute, so that the end user can immediately access and make use of it. There are two ways to use this Wolfram engine. Most of you already get the license key that you request when you sign up for this course. You can access the Wolfram engine through Wolfram Mathematica software directly, or alternatively, you also get access through the web browser, free web browser from here. This is the link, the wolframsalpha.com. You can make use of this website, free, unlimited query you can ask. Of course, they also come with a premium version, which you have paid versions. There will be more feature in the paid version, such as you can have like data import and export, and can easily query for a step-by-step solution. The free version, they don't come with the step-by-step solutions available. However, if you already have the Mathematica license, you have access to all these features. So for the next like 40 minutes, I'm going to show you the example by using the Wolfram Mathematica that with this Wolfram engine that built in. So if you already have this Mathematica license installed and activated, you can launch it while you're watching this webinar. If you don't, you also can access to the browser through this URL, wolframalpha.com. And then you can type in your query in this rectangle, orange color rectangle here to get your query. Only that there will be limited features available. But it's good enough for a lot of those daily use, right? So let me move along to the example so that you can have a better idea what is possible. Let me switch my screen. Okay, those are some of the example I have been search and then to call it out so that you have a better idea what it can be done. So for this, we call Wolfram Alpha feature the built-in in Mathematica. This is Mathematica. Let's say I open this is Mathematica feature. I open a new file. When you launch your Mathematica, this is what you see at the beginning. Empty file, when it's first launch, is a horizontal line and with the cursor blinking here. This is the input line, or we call the insertion line. So to call out this Wolfram's search engine feature, what you need to do is you click on the plus sign here. You click here, and then there'll be a drop-down menu. You can see free-form input and Wolfram Alpha query. Those are the two that actually to launch the Wolfram engine. The difference between the free-form input and the Wolfram Alpha query is free-form input get us directly to the result we're looking for. Let's say you're asking for a calculation, it gives us the result directly. Whereas Wolfram Alpha query, it gives all the relevant information to this result. For instance, if I have a question asked or a mathematical equation asked, it not only gives the final result, but it gives the step-by-step, it gives the visualization graph, and all the relevant information or property about what you ask. Normally, you can start with a free-form input. Okay. Later on, you can turn it if you want to see more information later on. So what we do start now is we click on the free-form input. By clicking the plus sign here, click free-form input. Whenever you see there will be a rectangle, orange color symbol pop out like this, it means your Wolfram engine is ready for your query. Then you can start typing what you want to ask and then hit enter to get your answer. Right? So this is what I did. You can see the symbol here and there is different. That means that I get the second query with the Wolfram Alpha query. If I click this one, it came up with something like a star. So that is a different, this is a free-form query with a single output. This is the Wolfram Alpha query with the all detailed information. Okay. Let me show you what is possible with this Wolfram engine. You can always get a lot of query with anything almost. Like let's say I want to ask about derivative. I just type something very generic, derivative. So if I run this one, bear in mind if for all those search engine or just like all other things, you need the internet connection. Of course, even you have the Mathematica installed in your local PC already, you open this software, you still need the internet connection so that you can send the information to the Wolfram server to grab all the info back to you. So you need the internet connection. Okay, you can see here, once I type derivative and run it, then it returns a list of information at the below. But before that, you can see, assuming our derivative refers to a computations. But if you are looking for general topic, or you are referring to a mathematical definition, or even to a English word, you can choose. If this is not what you want, let's say I want to use it as a general topic, I click on that one. So you say, okay, for derivative, there will be so much thing as a general topic. It can show up with all the example, like high order derivative, implicit differential. You can see all those are actually available for further clicking. It show you with all the calculation and example steps. So this is the derivative. If you are showing this or you want to get a better idea, what is this derivative about? Those are all the example available. But if I want to use it as a word, instead I click on the word, so it will show me what is this derivative definition about. So in English word and the definitions and so on about this derivative. So get the idea what is how to use of this one. Let's say I want to go back, it will refer to a calculation or computations. I want to show the computation in derivative so I get a better idea how it works. So when I click computation, it automatically came out with input for me, like 3x to the power of 3 plus 2x, so that I can compute. Then it said derivative of this 3x cubed plus 2x, got the answer is 9x squared plus 2. Okay, and even it gives us the visual plot, how this about, and some other property like this is the geometric figure is parabola, and alternative form and their roots, and also some other relevance information about this derivative I'm asking. Okay, okay, this is for the derivative. Before I further go down, I also want to mention a little bit about the interface of this Wolfram Mathematica so that you have a better idea. In the right hand side, you can see there will be some open bracket, okay? Each bracket is correspond to one row. Each row in Mathematica is the row or cell, we consider one computations. And this is considered input cell. And then this will be the output cell. So your input is here, your output is here. And then they have a bigger bracket say that both of them are actually one pair, input and output correspond to each other. So if I don't want, I can highlight it and then right click, cut it or delete. It's gone, okay? Then I can go for a lot of other things. For instance, this example, like 10 years old boy with a height of 135 cm. So if I run this one, what I can get? Okay, it says, assuming I'm looking for the standard growth curve, or if I want to get for metabolic rate, or other thing, what's other thing available? Or okay, you see, if this 10-year-old boy, 135 cm height, if he's taking a bicycle, or if swimming, or if, the body surface area, all the information that's this here are available when you're asking for this question. So for a generic, let's say I'm looking for a standard growth curve, like what is done here. So it's a male 10 years old, the height 135, then you can give all other information, the growth curve, okay, where his range about, and also the height distribution for the age 10 years old compared to the information based on US CDC 2000, okay, and the weight informations and the weight distribution and some other statistic, BMI as well. So you just easily query something, you can get the information with very technical and graph with the data already fully compute for us. And you might wonder how or reliable this data is and where this data came from. Okay, if you for every data or output at the bottom right, there will be something called Wolfram Alpha. There will be a plus sign here. You click on this, it shows us the sources where this came from. And if I click on this one, it bring me to the web page and show me all the relevant background resources and reference. You can further click in. So you can actually use these stations or cite these informations for your research or paper or even other works. Okay? Those are the resources you can always come here and have a look. Okay? And some other thing, like if you're working with the economics, or even you're working for some sociologists, those are some other information you can easily get. Let's say I'm looking for the GDP world map. Okay, I didn't specify any country. You can specify, let's say GDP for Malaysia versus Singapore versus Thailand. You compare 3 countries side by side. But let's say I put a very generic one. It came out everything, the whole world, and the heat map, and also this will be the option available in your query, whether it's original GDP or it normalized by the population or by the country areas and some statistic. If you want, you further can click in here. And those are the histogram. And by all means, all those output, you can just right click, save the graphic as a lot of other format that you can have, BMP, EPS, JPEG, PNG, all those can be saved and use it for other software if you want to. So those information are very handy. Even the table of statistics, it gives us like the GDP, mean, standard deviation, all those for the worst statistic is available. You can also highlight this one, or you can click on this one further. Say I want to download it as a plain text or support content. If you click support content, it may it show up everything here at the bottom. Let's say after I click the support content, it came up here. And then this is what just now shown in that. You can have all these features available, make use for your other calculations or teaching or sharing data, right? And another thing is, like I mentioned, it not only given features, visualization features, but you also can do comparison. Okay, if I put the mountain lion, red fox, and tiger, which are similar group put together, they know that we are looking for comparison. Okay, let's see what it gives for us. Say the scientific name for all those three animals features, their scientific name, their alternate common names, and their taxonomy. The mountain lion, they are all red fox and tiger. They came from the same kingdoms, even same class, same different family. Start from one family, they divert. Okay, genus and species. You can see they list it down and compare all of them, and also with their basic property like biology properties, their lifespan, their length, their weight, or physical dimensions, or the tail length, or even some other like internal organ. If the information is available, they automatically put it in a tabular form for us. If you are doing a research on this saves you a lot of time rather than you go to the web page and search one by one. It straight away compare for us. Even the definition of the red fox got how many teeth, tiger got how many of it, their body temperature, and so on and so forth, and even with their images, right? And taxonomic network. Okay. Wikipedia summary also came up here. It actually grouped all those information and safer if we are looking for research. Like if you compare some chemistry elements, this is even handy. You got all the formulas, their structure diagram, and you can choose what kind of diagram you want to look. So bond only, and you can select, let's say I'm looking for all atomic or Lewis structures. You can create, you can further load for us to the structure that we're looking for, methane and ethanol. You can see a lot of those. You can just right click and save it. Basic property like this is all available. In fact, if you like this thing, you can further click in, say I want to make use and import this thing to my Excel file. Let's say this data, I can click on, let's say I'm looking for this formatted data. You input down here, okay, and those data is already in here, and I can say, okay, this is my input, this is my output data, is exactly as in the table. Now I want to export it to the Excel file. So let's say I want to export as a test data. Let's say XX. I just put the name that I want this to be export, and then export one, export this output number 5. So in the shortcut key here, I can use %5, refer to the output number 5. So I want to put this whole thing into this SL file. So I just click done, export it. Now it become a file here. Okay. In Mathematica, when we become a file, I can have this suggestion at the bottom. Say I just click open this file or open the file directory where you save it. Let's say I just open directly in the file. So you open it in the Excel directly, you call out Excel. See how it already in here. This is Excel. So you have all the columns correspond to what you have. Okay. Of course, I will import together with the quantity and the unit. You can decide only import the data. Okay. It is you can further explore what you want to do with this thing, but all the information is very handy. It's all here. So what we can do besides getting all those data, there's a lot of visual for presentation or for sharing that you can use. Let's say I want to have a graph plotting x squared plus 5 and x power of 3 plus x equals 3. I need 3 curves in one graph. I just simply say plot these 3, just list this. And Mathematica did for us right away. Then you can just right click, save it. Or you say, okay, how about I want to have the Malaysian population chart. So if I run it, you can see it not only gives the chart, but the statistic, the history, and also all the projection as well. And these are the age distributions for male and female. And our city populations, the data from 2000 to 2016, depend on which city. You can further click in here to see where the data came from. Another thing is like for another visual, let's say I'm looking for a human eyeball. You can just click in here, and then it shows us the name, the medical terms, the Latin name, the functional descriptions, hierarchy relationships in our body, and also the visual, front view, left, back, right, top, bottom, all of them, and also the regional locations of these organs. Okay. And also the body locations. You can also right click and save all the visual. So if you're looking for have something visual like this to show, you can also get it easily in this Wolfram search engine. Or other things like connections, the circulator system, all this now, those are the relevant information. Like I mentioned, if you are searching this info using the Wolfram Alpha query, you get all the relevant info. If you start using the query like just rectangle square, it gives you the answer only. But if we use this symbol, it gives us everything. Okay. Besides these informations, one thing I found it very interesting is you can create something interactive for your end user very easily by using this. So it's just starting with this freeform input. Let's say you create a freeform input and just type, I want to plot something. I want to plot a mathematical curve, but I have a parameter inside. This parameter is changing all the time. So what I can do, I tell this Wolfram engine, say, you plot this for me with a B parameter, and this B is varying. This is a keyword you need to have in your query. Say, this varying B, then I just enter and run it. It actually will plot this curve for me with the B changing, and it show the output change right away. So it become very interesting graph, interactive, not a static one. Okay? And you can see those are the actual coding. If you want to learn Mathematica Wolfram language, those are the actual coding to write this output. But with this freeform input, you don't need to use a coding. You just type in like what you speak in English. Plot this with the B varying. Okay. So give me the control plot 3D for this BF cube with the range. The B is from 0 to 2. Okay, initial value is 1. So you can click on here and see the initial value is 1 and the range from 0 to 2. You can easily create something like this. If you're presenting something, like you say, okay, make a control plot of cosine AX plus cosine Y with varying A. So if I enter, you can get your control plot and the A change and your output change right away. So this is something very handy, and people appreciate this a lot compared to all other programming language. You want to create something like this, you need to write a lot of coding. Okay. Okay. Besides all I've shown you just now, I want to go in individual objects or subjects so that you have a better idea. Let's say you are coming from mathematics, or you came in from finance or linguistics. Later on, I'll show you some example from each domain. Okay, if you are looking for mathematics, let's say I'm looking for integrate x squared to the sine x, sine cube, sine x to the power of 3. So this is my answer. Okay, this is my query. Those are the answer. Okay, and they came with the graphics output, alternate form. But one thing I haven't shown you is the step-by-step solutions. If they are available, they are shown here. If I click here, you go through with us all the steps. Not only just a step, but it have a detailed description, what to do next step and next step, one by one. So for the self-learning, especially during this e-learning class at this moment, I think this is very handy. So there is a possible intermediate steps like take the integral, and then use the trigonometry identity, expand the integrand, and step by step until we get the final answer. You see, there are so many steps of it. They tell you what to do for each step until you get the final. And also, not only you can see this, but you show us in alternate form. Okay, you can click furthermore to see other form as well, because it could be a lot of different forms available. And if you assume that x is larger than 0, there will be different as well. Okay. And not only a simple calculations, but more advanced something is proving. You want to prove the left-hand side equal to right-hand side. So far, we don't see any other tools in the market actually can do this very well. But Wolfram Engine did this. So if you want to prove something like this, you can just click proof and the equation is typed in. And then it shows us the result is true, and also the steps, all the step-by-step, how to prove the left-hand side to right-hand side. This is something very handy if you're working on this area. And also for mathematics, there are lots more. The probability, even fitting a curve like exponential fit this point. You can just type in your point and say, I want to exponentially fit. You can get your equation, the best fit equations to fit through all the line. Okay? So this is not only a search engine anymore, but it's a computation AI that actually help us to do all those things. Right? Just for mathematics, a lot of step-by-step. I leave it to you later on. I'll show you where the example you can actually go and further explore. And for physics, you can just type in your question. Like a lot of people using like first year, second year student, college student, you might have some question like this. You just type in your questions. The spring pendulum with the initial length, what is the constant, theta, initial theta, all those information, if you put in, and then you say type compute, of course, those things you can change. Like the mass is like 1 kg, you can also change it to 500 grams. The unit can be very flexible. You key in any unit, Wolfram Engine know how to convert directly for us. Even times 6.9 seconds, you can change it to minutes, 0.6 minutes, it's up to you. You click compute, they do all the compute, they read all your input informations, get the result for us. Okay, what is the final angle from vertical, final length? What is the equation you use in these calculations? And also came with the schematic drawing and trajectory. All those information is given. Okay, it made this study of this question much more easy. Okay? This is for the physics, and there's a lot of things for physics as well, but probably I'm not going through every of them. That it can compute the electric potential and the field strength. Just type in your initial values, you get it for us. And for chemistry involves a lot of calculation as well. So in chemistry, you can do it like balance the equations. For instance, this one, 0.2 mole CH4 plus O2, and you're produced with a 7 ml H2O plus CO2. And then you want to balance the equations. So you can click on this one, okay, say balance the equation, I click show all result. This is the, where I use this one, it show a simplified output only. Okay, this is the output. But if I want to see much more insight, what's the property, what's the step-by-step. I can click on show all result. Then it show me even with the name of the elements, variant equations. You can click step-by-step now if you want. You can see, show us, let's say I click on this one. And also the trigonometry, the calculation, sometimes it's very headache to do this manually, but here it shows us in details, the amount that you use, the amount needed, theoretical yield, everything is here. Okay, this one I click show all steps. First step, balance a chemical equation algebraically, and then add the trigonometric coefficients, and then set the number of atoms, until you get the final answer. So show her all the steps. Even for this one, also got step by step. And you can see all the structure as well. You want to see Lewis structure or any other structures. And the thermodynamic property, equilibrium constant, chemical name, formula, all those are given. Very handy. And you also can ask not only the balance equation, say, okay, how about I want to prepare 250 ml or 2 more HCl from a concentrated HCl. What to do? You say, okay, the result is dilute 41.32 milliliter of concentrate hydrogen chloride to a final volume of 250 ml. Okay, you can see all the steps as well. Okay. For biology, is a lot of description and visual that help us understand this thing. Like, not much people know about what's Larius and Yuma, but if you click on this one, it say, okay, this is a anatomical structure of the human, the Latin name, their alternate name, and their functional descriptions. And also, of course, it gives us a feature, visual. So we have a better idea what it's about. You can see all those details are given. If we are going to search through website, you have to manually drop down a lot of this information to compare side by side. But Wolfram Alpha or Wolfram Engine already did it for us. Like compare, you can say, just compare this for me. Energy stage 11 and 12. What's the difference? Put side by side for us with the images, their length, and some other thing. Compare. And how about the horse long past 10? What's this? Okay, it shows us what is this about. Okay, those are morphology. Okay, this is the horse leg. Where's the location is this? And all this information, and even like human gene or housefly gene, you have a gene. We have the genome data library in this server as well. So you can key in your gene code, the chromosomes, all those information are given. Okay. This is for biology. Next, what we'll see, if you are working with a magnetic sensor help, you can have this ICD-9 code. You can click on this code, you know what this about. Okay, what's the definition for this code and what's the disease, and also the statistic with diagnostics in a particular given year. Of course, this data is from US, so it's a US patient. If you click to the resource, you know that this came from the US data, but this is very handy as well. Okay, like the average patient age for this diagnosing this disease for male and female. So all the statistics are given, and the reason for their visit is because high blood pressure, and also the drug they prescribe when they are visit. Those are the drug they given. Okay, and the percentage. All those information, it could be very handy for the end user if you are in this field. What is the annual diagnostic rate in a patient in subpopulation? Is it whether black, Asian, or white, or you can have all the information, whether it is smoker or non-smoker, pregnancy. It's all in a tabular format. Very handy and very nice populated for us if you are doing some research for this. And not only have those disease name, you can just type in the disease name and get a lot of information. But if you involve calculation, like the peak urine flow with a volume of 640 ml, show us the calculations, the time taken and the flow rate, all those information are given. And how about the peak expiratory flow with 7.6 liter per second for a 16-year-old male with the height probably you key in, then it compute for us. So what is the information you get directly from this Wolfram engine? None other engine can do this, I can promise you, right? And if you come to the finance and economics data, okay, of course, we can easily get this information like Dow Jones component, all the stock market data, Mathematica can access live with 15 minutes delay. So you can check the stock for the Apple, for the Boeing, for the Coca-Cola, 15 minutes ago's live stock price. You can download all the previous 10 years, 20 years stock price for your analysis. It's all available in this free for you to use, right? So if you just type Dow Jones components, we know that Dow Jones include 30 stock components. So this all the 30 of them. And not only it show us this, but it gives the statistic or summarize with these 30 stock, their total market capitalizations, the mean, high, lowest, earning per share, mean, highest, lowest, PE ratios, all are given in a summarized form. And the top 20 ranked by return, okay, in the last 2 years. If the information also available, okay, how about last year? You can show us in 1 year, what is the top return? Goldman Sachs, 75.76%. Okay, even the lowest one in the, you also got 20%. Oh, they're very good return there. All right, so those information is right away for you to use, and you can get how to do the option pricing formulas, and you can check what is the export cost in Singapore or Malaysia. Of course, not all the thing you check or you're looking for is available in the server, but there's a lot of it. You can try and add to see what is available, what is not. Okay, but from time to time, Wolfram knowledge-based data is expanding and improve a lot of information there. So for this one, export cost in Singapore and Malaysia comparison is 2014 estimated. Okay, so you can see in USD, Malaysia is more costly to export compared to Singapore, and all the relative value and their cost charges in the visualization way, and the other shipping informations, the burden of custom procedures, container traffic, all those information they compare. The latest we get is 2018. Okay, liner shipping connectivity index, trade facilitations, typical cost to export one container. Okay, for Singapore and Malaysia. And also like logistic performance index, overall score, all those are given as well, right? And of course, this you can do a lot of calculator conversion, rate conversion to the lifetime. Of course, you can do the Google search to get this as well. But here, we not only can say, oh, what is the USD convert to RM right now, but you can say back in 1980, what is 100 ringgit Malaysia to USD? You can get the time, all the backtrack, like that time, 100 ringgit is equivalent, averagely is about $46. Okay, minimum 42. That is in that year, 1980, from January to December. So it could be quite handy to get this graph, this table out if you are looking for research or works on this area. Okay, and from engineer, you can like, just like physics questions just now, you can type in your question. Like you're looking for velocity of water hammer, and you type in your pressure difference 20 ATM. If the information is not enough, they will also show extra the table for us to key in extra initial informations. Like if you want to calculate the valve closing time, or you want to calculate the inlet pressures or upstream pipe length, all those things you can select. Let's say I'm looking for inlet pressure. So if I change to calculate different thing, your input might have different parameter. So if you click compute, you get your result. Not only with the result, but show us the equations that you use for these calculations. Okay, and all other things as well. I just skip all those things. And for the word and linguistic, if you are involved something like this in English, you can easily find the works that you want to find a rhythms with demand. So is it works that rhyme with demand? So you came out, okay, you got band, you got can, command, disband, expand, left hand, all those total 32, you can click show all of them. Okay. So you can find the works with the same rhythm easily. If you are working for music, song, poem, probably this is also handy. And if you want to find words that include this alphabet AL and LA in between, so you can just type underscore AL underscore LA underscore. So what is the thing available? It shows us all the English words that actually have these similar structures, only 7 of them. Within a few seconds, you get all the informations, and you say the words the containing LATE. Okay, what is the word that containing all this? It's all available here. So it's also this is only part of the features you can use it for linguistic, but there are much more. Later on, I'll show you all where actually you can go to search what is available in this Wolfram Knowledge Engine. So what can you ask? What thing is possible? Right? Your science, if you're working with the seismic travel time, earthquake, those are something you can work on. Like say, calculate the travel time, seismic travel time from one city to another. Let's say this earthquake, the hypocentral depth is 25 km. You compute it and just type in from which city to which city, they know where it is located, and they automatically calculate the distance between these two cities. And we came up with a result: P wave, S wave, the travel time, the distance, and their graph calculate for us. So it will be also help out a lot of compute time for you to do it manually. Like you can say, what is the low tide in Malacca right now? It's not like get the data maybe last year or last 2 years or 10 years ago. All those information like weather data, the wind speed, the temperature or tide, those are live data. I see the result I get is today, this morning, early morning, like 12 a.m., the high tide is 2.3, and then 11.36 a.m. coming is the low tide. So it's low tide plus 2.1. So those are the things that actually you can get in live. You can see more days, how many days you want to see, and moon and sun, all this information available. And also it tell us where this measurement station is at the occurring and the coordinate of these stations. And those information is reliable. It's not something you make up. Okay. All right. I think I quickly show a lot of information here, but I would like you to also go to this Wolfram Alpha website, like I mentioned to you earlier. Why I would suggest you to come in here, even though you have a Mathematica license, because in here they have a lot of example to show us what is available. Because I won't be able to show you everything in these 40 minutes. But you can further go in here, you can see whether you're working with mathematics, science, technology, society, culture, or everyday life. A lot of questions can be asked here. If you are looking for, like just now, word and linguistic, you can further click in what is available inside the words and linguistic. Like what you can ask. Everything is given with example. Like what is the document length for 500 pages? You can click here to show how many the document total, how many words is it? Or maybe like Morse code. You can say Morse code for Wolfram Alpha. It shows us all the detail, the number name. Okay, this is for linguistic. But if I'm going for, let's say I'm going for life earth science, you show me, okay, for the climate or maybe atmosphere science, atmosphere 40,000 feet. You can click in and see what's the result. This is a Wolfram Alpha, so you can get this information in Wolfram Alpha if you don't have Mathematica. So no worry, if you don't have a license, you can get all the information as well. The only thing is you don't have the step-by-step options. You can't really copy down everything in a nice format, but you can get all the information. Okay, those are the other things. Let's say what other things you might ask, maybe about material. So alloys, material hardness, plastic, all those things. I leave it to you because every one of you are from different field. So you might have your own needs that you want to check. So I would suggest you to come in here, wolframalpha.com, so you have a better idea what is possible. Okay. And also if you are, I think I will put the file that with the example I prepared just now to all of you. If you want to, you can download this file and open with Mathematica. I put in the chat room. I just add in. Yeah, I send to everyone. If you want, you can just not able to. Oh, okay. Probably it's too large. Never mind, I think probably if you want, you can email to me so that I can send the file to you. Else, you can always come to this website so that you can click in and see all the example available and how to make use of this. All right. So that's about it for this short section about this Wolfram Knowledge-based Search Engine. I hope you can get a better idea and how actually it can help you on your projects and assignments. And if you have any questions, you are most welcome to put in the chat room, or anyone you want to speak out. Anyone? Any questions probably you have in mind? All right. If not, Peter, do you have something to share about? Okay, I see the question coming in. With the Mathematica ID, means a Wolfram ID, do we need to sign in when using? No, Wolfram Alpha is a free version without signing in. Like you come to this webpage, you don't need to sign in. Sign in is only if you subscribe to the Pro versions with all the Pro features. So for normal use, you can just type in, ask anything you want without signing in. Recording, we don't record it today, but I think we probably have we put it up live in the YouTube. We will have the link. Probably later on we'll announce the link so you can watch it later if you want. Subscription fee, like stuff from you don't need to subscriptions for UM or USM. You already have the license for Mathematica, and the Wolfram engine already built in Mathematica. So what you need to do is you request the license. If most of you already did, but if you haven't get your license yet, I will also show you the link so that you can get your license. Okay, so you can get your Mathematica license with the dash Mathematica dash license. You can get this license, personal license, for free. You don't need to pay anything for that. And inside that, like I mentioned, you just in the input line, and then you just click open this one with freeform input, then you access to the Wolfram engine already. You don't need to pay for that one. But if you go to the Wolfram Alpha Pro version, that is online subscriptions, I think probably they charge maybe around 50 USD per year, something like that. Yeah. Pro version is include with Mathematica license ID. No, Pro version is the web-based, so it's nothing to do with the Mathematica license that you get right now. So Mathematica license is the desktop versions, which is already built in the Wolfram engine. So you don't need to go to the Pro version on that one. May I know how to cite the information used from Wolfram to our research paper. Yeah, to cite the informations for every output that you search at the bottom here, like the bottom right, you click in it, there will be a link. So you can see the source informations, city data or data. Let's say I click on this one, it bring me to this data. So the primary source you can just cite here is from Wolfram Alpha Knowledge Base 2021. Okay, if you want, there are further reference to be here. But this is a primary source you can always cite here. Okay. And how about EDU license? FEDU, like, yes, Mathematica, what you get from university is already a EDU license. But for the Wolfram Alpha Pro, if you click at the website, they also have the version for educator and also for personal or commercial use. So you can further click in there. That's by a subscription base, right? Is there an API for developer to perform the query? Yes, there will be API from the Wolfram Alpha. So you can just go to the Wolfram Alpha page here. At the bottom, I think there'll be something about the API. You can further click in the resources and to the API and developer resource solution here. You can further explore inside that. Right? Is UPM, UPM do not have the meta license, unfortunately. They have individual license and some lab license, but not the whole campus license. So UPM user normally they subscribe or they buy the license individually. The license is only available to one device. Yes, each activation key is used for one machine only. If you need to transfer your license from one machine to another, you need to make a request to transfer. You can always come back to us on this. And for USM and UM, you can get your license with your university. Okay, jump out from my share screen. For the UM and USM, you can get the license from the, where is my, you can get the license from here, but please only one license for each email address. You need to key in your email address from USM or UM so that we know that it's from you. Only one license for each email address. So if you already get the license before, you don't have to request again, right? What is the cloud? Okay. For UM user, you have a cloud versions available as well beside the desktop versions. For cloud is Mathematica cloud versions or Mathematica online versions that you don't need local installation. You can access to the Mathematica in any PC with the internet browser. So that is the cloud versions. There will be no difference if you want to access the engine from Mathematica or browser. They will be the same. All right. I hope today's sections do get you to explore what's available and possible with Mathematica. You are welcome to write to us if you have any questions. You can reach us at the info@oemscorp.com email I just put in the chat room. So you can further write to us. And now I think I would like to let Peter share with you what is other available in this Wolfram Mathematica, because Wolfram Engine is only a small feature that offer in this software. There is much more. You can further have a look what is available here. So I pass back to Peter.
All right, thanks very much, Aston. Now can you hear? Okay. Thanks very much for joining a session this morning. The session actually had been oversight by more than 100 over people, but some of them cannot make it. So be grateful that you remind your classmate to look up the YouTube that we have prepared. I just put up the chat room just now. And over the years, a lot of people have been asking us, hey, Peter Desmond, you have a lot of sessions that are wonderful, but we have 3 or 4 of us that were interested in how do we actually make a presentation in a publication, things like that. How we do data analytics, how do we do statistics, how we want to program actually in a more advanced level. Do we have sessions like that? So sometimes we look at 2 or 3 of them, and the time to get everyone around is not that easy. So starting this June until September, in a period of 4 months, we come up with 5 different modules. And this whole link is available now. I just put in the chat room just a few seconds ago. You can check out the chat room. We have 4 sessions that people interested in lecturing and presenting in deployment. So in case there are people who are quite more concerned about how do we make a presentation looks nicer? How do I actually make my whole lecturing much more interactive? If I'm a lecturer, a lot of lecturers have been asking us about that. And another very popular session we have is AI. A lot of people are doing AI these days. They want to do predictive analytics. Hey, I know Wolfram has one full suite of AI. How do we make use of that? Yeah, we have 5 sessions available for that. Also, not to mention that as big data, also data analytics, getting more and more practical, also easier these days, and also getting more demand out there. People do data science. We have data analytics 3 sessions, and it was actually people pay for that. Last session we had about 4 months ago. We have nearly 40 people sign up. And we have graph and network and vectors and matrices. You say, hey, Peter, I deal with a lot of things with vectors. I need to deal with matrices, especially you are concerned with graph and network, it's quick math, and you probably find this thing very much helpful to you. And of course, you say, hey, I don't need to know all this thing. I just want to know how to program, make myself a good coder using Wolfram programming language. Besides what we have learned available for free videos out there, can we have some hands-on? Yes, these are things that we're going to guide you, not just doing the programming part. We also help you to do certifications. Certification not by us, but directly by Wolfram. How we do that? You see, the thing is, we know we all attend from academic. We don't want to burden on what you already pay for tuition. So we thought at least there's minimum commitment fees, about 100 ringgit per module. Each module you see the 4 or 5 sessions. Hey, Peter, hey, in this case, what will be the schedule looks like? Yeah, if you go on this website, in fact, we have all in that class module put up. For instance, first module, we have like 100 ringgit for 4 sessions. We are talking about starting this Friday after Friday after next, every Friday until the end of July. Yeah, every end of July. We are covering data visualization, plotting, graphing. We're doing computational thinking and teaching learning. Also, if you say, hey, next week, starting on 2 weeks from now, Monday, we have 5 sessions on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, also off Friday. Then every day we have 4 hours on machine learning. And these things, beside this machine learning, because I'm more intensive, 250 ringgit, but the rest is like 100 ringgit. So you can take a quick look on your own on this website. And you see data analytics, we also have 3 sessions on separate days, so it'll be very convenient. And also we have this, how do we apply graph tree network logic, 100 ringgit. But the best part is, now, if you sign up between this week, all the module on top, one-time special offers, 350 ringgit. It is a minimum commitment fee so that we can prepare the session. We were there. We don't care if it's 3 person or 30 people. We just carry on with this schedule. You can come in anytime, any week, anytime you want, any topic you want, all just for 350 ringgit. A lot of people then pay for this machine learning. Previously, they even pay for 350 ringgit, some of them, because this very high demand. But now we say, okay, the benefit more people. We don't talk about 250 ringgit, we talk about 350 ringgit for everything, just for this week. So if you sign up this week before this Friday, you can start enjoying all the modules at the top. We have quite a number of people sign up already. So if you say, hey, I don't have a license yet, not worry, we give you training license. So get yourself skilled up, then you get yourself explore. Then after that, I say, hey, maybe out somehow future I get a student license my own, or get a license from my lecturer, from my lab. Who knows? Yeah. So hopefully we all make good use of this chance, and we'll see you once again. And also in this afternoon, we have one preview for machine learning sessions at 2:30. So maybe I'll ask Desmond to put a link. You can copy from Facebook. The link is there. If you're interested coming in, also there 2:30 to 3:15, only 45 minutes. We'll give you an overview how people make use of Wolfram language technology to finish machine learning project on the fly. Yeah. Hopefully I'll see you in this afternoon again. Yeah. So thanks very much. It's latest sharing from my part.